Let's start by heading to Paris as the trial of the so-called Grandpa gang accused of robbing Kim Kardashian at gunpoint in a hotel room back in 2016 continues. The reality star was in court yesterday to give evidence, and Nick Dixon is live in Paris at the courthouse for us now. Good morning, Nick. What is the latest?
Morning to you, Christine. Well, it was a day of real emotion, actually, and some drama in the courtroom as well for Kim Kardashian. Clearly, it was not easy for her to get through that testimony. She arrived here at the courthouse really in much the same way that she arrived in the city itself the other day, under extremely heavy security. She arrived in blacked out vehicles for her and her entourage and her mum, who was with her as well. And dressed very conservatively with her mum, as I say, all dressed in black in Kim's case. And very quickly after she arrived, she started giving her testimony, and she was really talking and giving evidence for more than 5 hours in the end, going into every detail really of what happened on that night. And you could hear that her voice was trembling at times when she talked about feeling a gun in her back, being pushed to the ground by the robbers, telling the judge at one point that she thought she would die. There was another very powerful moment in the courtroom as well, Christine, when one of the defendants had a letter of apology read out to the court, and of course to Kim Kardashian, who responded directly. She said to him, "I forgive you. Honestly, I'm still emotional about it. It doesn't change the feelings of trauma and the fact that my life was changed forever, but I do appreciate the letter. Thank you." Omar Kadesh, the defendant who wrote that letter, said, "Your forgiveness is a sunshine that's enlightened me. I am forever grateful." 8 out of the 10 defendants denied the charges of armed robbery and kidnapping as well. And as much, we should stress, as Kim in those moments in the court yesterday did have a degree of forgiveness for the defendant, she was clearly very deeply affected by the events of that night.
And of course, adding to the tension, the world media is there. Everyone is watching this case.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the French media alone have been fascinated from day one with this trial, but of course yesterday the numbers just increased hugely. I mean, yesterday morning when we were here, Christine, journalists were queuing from all around the world from 5 o'clock in the morning. There was well in excess of 400 journalists just trying to get access to the court building, not necessarily getting into the courtroom where it was all happening. So yeah, world media absolutely here.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Nick. Well, Ross is joining us now, live from LA. Good morning, Ross. Undoubtedly, this case making headlines over there too.
Oh, very much so. And interesting, as Nick was saying there, she was dressed very conservatively. But one thing that certainly was on show was a lot of jewellery, very blingy. And, you know, I think it's understandably so. I think this was an absolute act of defiance from her, just saying, you know what, that was horrible, that happened. But you know what? I'm going to come back out. I'm going to be wearing, she had the diamond necklace, she had the ring, the earrings, an anklet, which we believe was actually given to her by her daughter North. The ring as well looked quite similar to the engagement ring that she was given by Kanye West that was stolen as well. And she's spoken as well, you know, Nick was saying as well that her life has absolutely changed since then. And she talks now about even when she's going home after she's been out, she's been wearing a lot of jewellery. She actually doesn't take it home. She stops, she gets it taken away and put in a safety deposit, because she says, I just don't want that jewellery in the home, especially when her children are there as well.
Yeah. It was sort of business as usual, though, yesterday, because her latest project was released whilst she was giving evidence.
Yeah, I know. It was somewhat bizarre. I don't think it was planned, which is kind of unusual for the Kardashians, because most things that they do are pretty meticulously planned. I don't think this one was. It's a trailer for a new drama. All's For It dropped yesterday. All's Fair, sorry. It's coming to Disney+. It's all about a team of female divorce attorneys who leave a male-dominated firm to open their own practice. Big cast. Kim's there, Naomi Watts, Sarah Paulson, Glenn Close as well. Our mum, of course, the momager, is still there. Kris Jenner is also an executive. And of course, we saw Kim with her mum at the courthouse as well. Not Kim's first time of acting, of course. She's been doing quite a few things. She was in American Horror Story as well. Have a little look at This Is What the New Show is going to look like. Yeah, and of course, you know, the world of lawyers, it's pretty well known to her. Of course, her dad, a very famous lawyer, sadly passed away, but was very much involved in the O.J. Simpson case. We know that she's been training to be a lawyer as well. But of course, they're not daft when it comes to the old publicity side of things, because even, of course, when we had the girls going into space with Space Origin, you had Jeff Bezos' soon-to-be wife, Lauren, saying that she was going to be wearing Skims in space as well. Skims in space. Sounds like a new show to me.
It does, and it could be. Who knows what's ahead? Also, Ross, it's an interesting one. There's a huge moment in the case of Eric and Lyle Menendez. A lot of people following that story, and Kim has had a vested interest as well.
Yes, she has. I mean, this is a horrendous story. This is many years ago, Eric and Lyle Menendez, they claimed that their father abused them, and they actually shot and killed both their parents. People watched it on Netflix. It was a drama. There's also been a documentary. You had 12.3 million viewers in the first 4 days alone. Basically, they've been asking for resentencing, and it looks like that is going to happen. A judge has said that they will be resentenced to 50 years in life. Now, they've been in prison for 30 years, so this basically makes them immediately eligible for parole. As we mentioned there, Kim has been one saying that, you know, they've served their time. They should be allowed back out. Judge saying that he doesn't think they're a danger now to the public, but the simple fact of the matter is that the California Parole Board will decide exactly what's going to happen.
Absolutely. And another huge trial making the headlines here, and I'm guessing over there too, Ross.
Oh yeah, it's headlines all over here. Sean Combs, P. Diddy, accused of racketeering, sex trafficking, and his former girlfriend, Cassie, is the star witness for the prosecution. She was in court giving testimony. I mean, stuff that we can't even say on air here. She talks about psychological and physical abuse that she received at the hand. She talked about all the assistants, what they were doing, complicit. Oh, it's an absolute mess, this case. It's going to go on for about 8 weeks. It's going to make headlines day after day after day, I think. And a lot of big names to come up in this one too.
I would have thought so, Ross. It's all very sinister, isn't it? My goodness me. Like you say, it's weeks ahead of us talking about it. Thank you so much, Ross. We'll catch up with you a bit later on. Thank you. Hi there. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel, where we upload new videos every single day. You can click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for some more amazing content.